Yo, 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 new day, new day, yeah! We are back, as always, after a single day's break. The break being caused by Barotrauma, none other than Barotrauma, the greatest game of all time, if I do say so myself, and I do. I am currently addicted to Barotrauma, and I am shaking, and I cannot wait to get back to Barotrauma again after this little teeny tiny break I had from playing too much and my back hurting, which might be a giant red flag that I need to get up and do something other than sit on my ass and play Barotrauma. But no can do, sir. I need to. The ship must grow. As they say, and by they I mean me, only me. I don't know. I don't know if there is like a larger Barotrauma community. There probably is, but I don't really know where to find them. To be fair, I haven't looked that hard. The only things I have found are like, I don't know, 3-4 year old Reddit posts that are like, oh, what if, basically all the answers that I want, all the questions that I want answered. Because there is a lot of fucking I don't know why I tried to make it shit. Okay. Essentially, Barotrauma, TLDR, you are a submarine on one of a moon on Saturn, I think the lore is. I don't know. I should probably like not skip the intro to the game every single time I load it up. No, it's only on a new game. It's not like, you know, I compare that intro to Risk of Rain, because it's also like you're on an alien ship somewhere or something like that. But I just skip it every single time because I was told to skip it by the people that I played with. Because the lore is not that important. It's all, you know, the gameplay is way more important, at least for now. And I feel like that's fair because there is a lot to take in. Just, you know, overall when you first open up the game, and then also lore-wise probably being that you are colonizing Saturn's moons or something like that. Maybe just mining for resources for all I know. But essentially, all I have done is I've played a single playthrough with one of my bros, one of my homies, my rival to be specific. We spent a solid about 10 hours yesterday, not even exaggerating, probably more, just starting up a new fresh file, getting to stage 2, and then getting absolutely fucked by the environment and everything, because we are so inexperienced in terms of everything going on. It was a totally new thing. Every single turn we took was a new thing, a new type of mission, That's still what I'm trying to work around. It's like, how do I operate these new types of missions that I have not seen before, and these different beasts and monsters that I have not seen before. We met last night. We met something, I forget the name, but it's essentially, it looked an awful lot like it was way bigger than the ship. I don't know, it kind of reminded me of Cthulhu, but like way smaller than Cthulhu, but still like way fucking bigger than us, our ship. That really fucked us over, but we were goated, and after a tug of war for like 10 minutes or something, we finally managed to, you know, hunt it down. Just before we reached an outpost. Before that, we ran like little girls. But, you know, that was before we realized that we actually had a shot of winning this. Of taking this beast down. And it just, I don't know, it just dropped random, like, monster loot that is kind of to be expected of monsters. I have not met such a monster in this game. Well, maybe I have. I just haven't looked at it. It's way different playing as captain than it is playing as a crewmate. Because as crewmate, you get to do like the everyday things, the everyday chores and stuff. But as captain, you get to do, well, that, and also like go on expeditions and stuff. But when you're sailing around, you don't get to be on cannons and stuff. You just get to stand there in the captain's booth. And that is way more the case in, God, I hate Gorb. That is way more the case in this tier 2 area. I don't actually know how many tiers there are, but I'm kind of loosely referencing the tiers as, you know, the tier of boat you can have. We upgraded like a couple times, me and my rival, when we played yesterday. I think we upgraded like 3 or 4 times, which might be a bit much. That might be the cause of our downfall, is that we didn't have enough money to manage a ship of that size. I think we the hygiene or something like that. A tier 2 like attack ship was the thing we went for. But today I am just doing a solo run, and I am currently only going on the Dugong, which is also, you know, the fucking the starter ship. Or, you know, you can choose between some starter ships, but this is my starter ship, the Dugong. Which is, you know, it's fine. It's relatively good when you can actually upgrade the hulls and stuff, and also just when you have such a large crew as I have for such a little ship. Like, everyone can do everything, but it's also like the people are very clustered together, so that becomes a disadvantage sometimes. But I think it's more an advantage than a disadvantage. It's mostly when your hull is breached and you know, you actually have to fight hand to hand against you know, some monsters. That's a bit rough, because your crewmates just end up kind of shooting each other, and then some of the crewmates, like, oh, you are attacking another crewmate, and then in the middle of a battle they go and handcuff each other. Like, it's very goofy. The AI is very goofy, but you get to control the AI like a lot here, which I think is it's really good. It's really awesome, but I don't. You know, when you have so much control, you only realize how little control you have over them, I guess. Like, it's nice that I actually... Moloch has a fucking ass. That is goated. I would like there to be much more. Like, very fine controls that are probably there, but I just haven't explored them well enough. A big example that I just stumbled upon, like, you know, a couple, like half an hour ago, something like that, is I stumbled upon I actively went out looking for a shipwreck, like a salvage shipwreck. That's one of the new missions, is you can go and, what's it called, like, retrieve some, most likely it's a captain's logbook, but also just some material, some cargo that has been lost from, you know, because this is a dangerous fucking world. So obviously there's gonna be some ships that are capsizing. That's also kind of the lore, is that when you are on this ship, when you are in this field of business, you do not survive that long. And that is, of course, we are the exception to the rule, because we are the main characters, and we are, well, that's what I like about this game, is that you don't have plot armor. None whatsoever. You are just another part of the environment. In that way, it's a lot like Rain World, where you are far from, you know, the biggest fish in the sea. Not no pun intended. Pun definitely intended. It is like, the game is so fair, but so unfair at the same time. If you catch my drift, it's nice to not be baby fed like everything on a silver fucking platter, like so many other games are doing. I don't know. I like the hard games where you have to think about, you know, the very precise way to quote unquote win. Not that I think there's a win con. At least I haven't figured out what the win con is yet in Barotrauma. I'm playing a story mode, so I'm guessing there is an endpoint at some point, but I don't know what or like anything. I have no idea what that win con would be. Like, I don't know, make an outpost at every possible outpost? I don't really know. Maybe there are like 4 different endings for the 4 different factions. I don't know. I think it's pretty hilarious going for the Honk Mother plot line. Not that there's a plot whatsoever. It's just the plot that you want to make. Like, these factions are very existing, like, independent of you, and you can just, like, you know, you are allying and making enemies of different factions. There are, like, you know, two different rivaling factions. Well, 2 sets of rivaling factions. There are the Honk Mothers, which are basically clown people, who are just like, no, you know, I don't know, I read some not a logbook, just some scriptures, some holy scriptures, and they were basically saying, you know, we are, you know, we are what is in between the lines. That is what is, you know, when you fill a balloon, it's not the balloon itself, it is the air, it is the nothingness inside it. Like, you know, some cryptic shit like that. That's, like, kind of makes sense, but, you know, it's goofy, and they're funny clowns, so I'm supporting them. And they are hating, they are the #1 haters of the Husk, the followers of the Husk, or some, huh? What are they called? Shit. They basically just want to make people husks. And, like, I'm expecting them to be the way you want to go in terms of if you want to go and do some gene splicing and shit. Because, you know, they're basically just infecting. You know, the only ones I've met so far are just, like, kind of overdosing on fentanyl and just lying there tweaking on the ground. Which is pretty funny to see also. So I'd like another run after I'm done with this one. Hoping that there's an actual ending. I'm probably gonna go follow the other lines of, you know, and then there's also just the government versus the coalition, I don't know, something coalition, the rebels, essentially. I don't quite know what the lore is. That's probably why I should, you know, figure out how the fuck the world works. Because that's probably very essential to the lore of, you know, the rebels and stuff. But so far I'm just repping the government and, you know, pulling out every single dollar I can from them. So that's pretty awesome, that's pretty cool and goated, if I do say so myself. The fun thing about this is, you can just, like, you know, all the missions are basically, you know, you do something for example, the fucking government goons, you become a government dog, and then the coalition hates you. If you do something for the coalition, the government hates you. You know, it's very balanced like that, but there are once in a while missions, or just, like, random encounters at outposts, where you can vandalize some government artwork or something like that, and then you get, like, bonus reputation with the coalition, like, without any drawbacks. So in theory, you could probably just go and, you know, max out your reputation with literally everyone. That would be pretty funny to do, but I also think it's so much work. But I'm building towards it in this run. Not that I'm expecting to get that far. I'm expecting there to be, like, a giant roadblock, and I have to, you know, I become an official government goon and have to go raid some outposts that are, you know, controlled by the coalition and whatever, and then my coalition reputation tanks by, like, fucking 30 or something. I don't know, there's probably some sort of thing in there, but you know, in theory, if you took long enough, it would be possible. So that's a thing I could try. I don't know, I don't really see what I get out of it, other than just a Steam achievement, I suppose. Maybe I don't even get that. That's a thing for future me to figure out. But so far, my own run is doing quite well. To be fair, half of my crew just died and I had to restart over, but I was doing quite well. At least for being in a fucking dugong. I really need to upgrade my ship, like, the second I get back. But the ships are so fucking expensive, and I don't even know what I should upgrade to. I'm thinking a camel, because that is just like easy money. It has way more storage room for like not escort missions, for like, well, I guess like escorting cargo missions. That's what it's called. Wow, very very advanced stuff here. Yes, it has way more space for cargo missions, and therefore I get way more out of cargo missions. That's what our strat was yesterday when I was playing with Bro. And it worked quite well. We just kinda, at some point, we just kinda switched boats, switched ships, and I can't really remember why. I just think we saw that we are in the tier 2 area, and we thought, hey, let's upgrade our ship, and that really fucked us over because we were not ready to jump ships, especially when we were in a new area, like new area, new missions, new boat. First mission, like half of our crew died, and by the end of it, only. I don't know. We were out on some fucking mining mission, just some random mining mission, and we got absolutely slammered by. Well, I was out on a mining mission. I don't actually know what we were attacked by, but we were attacked by something. And then half of our crew died, and then at some point, you know, after trying and again, the only 4 left were our two. Us 2 players, substitute, crew members. I don't even know what mine was called, but he was awesome. And then we had 2 assistants, one of them being fucking Artie Doolittle. I don't know how he survived all that shit, all that turbulence on the high seas. Or on the low seas, I suppose. But I'm surprised that Artie Doolittle actually survived. I don't know. Assistants are basically meant to just be cannon fodder and cleaning duty. So I guess that might be why he survived, or our 2 assistants survived, because they were busy cleaning instead of fighting. Yeah, also, something I really need to get better at is just giving my guys, like, the optimal, you know, gear to go out and fight. Because that's probably why I'm fucking up so much. Is that they just don't have the gear for it. They have, like, some of them have revolvers, I guess. I think all the security officers, all the gunmen and stuff, they all, like, they come with a, like, stun baton and some armor, some pretty basic armor, but I really need to figure out, like, what the gears are, like, what's the hierarchy, is there a, what's it called, a tier list of all the stuff, all the, like, weapons and armor? I don't know. That's something I gotta figure out. There's a lot of things I gotta figure out, I gotta be honest. But, you know, I've been in my own thing right here, right now. I have I don't know. I feel like I've explored like halfway through the tier 2 stuff. Not like overall, just lengthwise. The game is really big. Not really big, but it's, you know, everything takes time. One mission that I did really fuck up on here in the last, like, you know, just before I locked off, was, you know, in this tier 2 there's a lot more, like, rescue an outpost, or like re-establish an outpost or something like that, as opposed to there is a beacon, let us just make a new outpost. You have to actually, you know, re-establish an outpost that has been taken over by something. At least that's what I think. That's what happened to this one. It was infested by husks, which I did not know. I thought it was just a normal outpost because I have been through so much, and I forgot that on the journey there, like, I got so fucked over by I needed to raid you know, the captain's logbook thingy, and I was raided by, you know, a bunch of things, a bunch of shit, and, you know, it's been a while since I've been at an outpost, right? So I thought, no way, this is not an outpost, when it says outpost right here, and there is the whole, like, menu thingy for selecting a mission and whatnot. But then I noticed my crew members started dying. Yeah, whoopsie daisies. This is an infested outpost that I needed to go rescue, and there is a long way to the next outpost. So, even though I had been on the grind for very long and just, you know, physically needed to get up from my ass and do something else, I needed to get back to some sort of outpost. So I did that. I reloaded because I literally lost all my fucking gunmen, and my doctor also, and my electrician I think I also lost. No, my electrician survived. One of my mechanics and one of my assistants, they all died. Yeah, I have a big crew. That's only like half, right? But I lost about half my crew right there. Including me, my captain, which is not good. He's pretty essential to have. He's not actually that essential. He's very replaceable. Yeah, but that's a huge problem, losing half of your crew. So I decided to do the tactical thing and reload the game, with the knowledge that this is not a friendly outpost. This is a husk-infected outpost, and I needed to either A, go and, you know, complete the mission, kill the husks, and retake over all the things, which, from personal experience, being attacked by the husks are very hard to do. Maybe thinking back on it, I could have just went in alone and very, you know, not really subtly, but very carefully going around and searching for, like, a small group, just, like, taking them out one by one. Instead of just assembling a crew of, like, 4 security officers going in. I don't know, I didn't really realize what was going on when I assembled my little hit squad, but they were all taken out, and I think it was because they were together and they were, you know, specifically husks are pretty terrible to deal with, apparently, on, you know, with this setup of, oh, I thought I killed you, god damn it. You know, of a lot of people. They just kind of infect each other and then infect each other some more, and then, you know, at the end of it, everybody is infected and everybody dies. So that's all fun, all great. So that's probably what I should have done, but I don't know, it's too late at this point. I also just needed some better gear, because these husks were very persistent. They had a lot of health, or I just didn't do enough damage, which is also very, very possible. But, you know, it's it's something I gotta do at some point or another. It's, you know, it's a pretty essential place, this outpost. I could of course just use it as kind of a middle point, because I don't really have to dock there. You know, sure, I have to dock there, but I can just undock like immediately and go on to the next output post, because there is one in each direction, which is how I managed to, you know, just get back. That's where I am right now. That's where I'm stationed. It's just at another fucking outpost. But yeah, I need to go and upgrade all my fucking gear and stuff. The problem is just it's very hard to make money in this game for some reason. We had a real easy time doing so in the start of our campaign yesterday. We were just repping the honk mother like to an insane degree. And we were getting like 5,000 marks or something from like one single escort mission. For reference, the usual normal amount you get from a just general mission is like 2,000. About that. So it is. Wow, I almost. God damn it! I stumble into the same thing every single time. I get too deep into my yap and I just play on autopilot, and autopilot is not good enough to deal with anything post-collector. Shit. Anyway, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna up my game, up my gear, and then hopefully retake that station, that outpost. Hopefully. Just gotta get some money first. That's the hard part. Oh well, I'm gonna look into that situation. Over and out. Later.